Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? And happy Memorial Day. It's wonderful, isn't it? Thank you for everyone who has served our wonderful country. And thank you to my son who is in the Marine Corps. Hoorah! So, I hope everyone is being successful with their freedom gardens. Speaking of freedom gardens, I know a lot of us are having some problems with finding seeds. Well, I found some really awesome heirloom seeds online, okay? So I'm going to share with you the two websites that I went to buy some seeds over the weekend, okay? And the one company is called Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, okay? And the other one is called Victory Seed Company. So those links will be in the description box below, okay? And let's see, from Baker Creek, I ordered French Dandelion, Red Wonder Wild Strawberry, White Soul Alpine Strawberry, eggplant. I ordered two different kinds of eggplant. Full Heart Corn Salad, which is like a green, okay? Chrysanthemum melon. And then they're sending me two different types of free seeds. So that'll be exciting. And then with Victory, I ordered broccoli rabe, lemon apple cucumber, escarole, large red cherry sweet pepper, poblano pepper, Carolina bell pepper, chocolate bell pepper, round zucchini summer squash, lemon summer squash, tomatillo, black cherry tomato, and dwarf mocha cherry tomato. And these are all seeds, all heirloom seeds, okay? So on to this, speaking about seeds, things like this, okay? Where is it? I was just, okay, here it is. Talking about seeds and whatnot, okay? So, I was talking to you all. She's a subscriber, okay? You all know her as Dawn Marie, all right? And there is apparently, okay, strawberries that are being sold in grocery stores across the country are being recalled for hepatitis A outbreak. How this can happen, I am not sure, but you know what I say when it comes to recalls. Take it with a grain of salt, do with it what you will, and as always, safety first, okay? So, it's a certain brand of strawberries that has been recalled. Let's see. They are branded as Fresh Campo and Heb, being purchased between March 5th, 2022 and April 25th, 2022. They were being sold at Aldi, Heb, Kroger, Safeway, Sprouts, Farmers Market, Trader Joe's, Walmart, Weis Markets, and Winco. And so, I'll leave that link in the description box below, obviously, so you guys can read that article. But like I had said to Dawn Marie, and I also said to another person that emailed me the same article, and I said, it's funny. I said, I purchased strawberries at Walmart, Aldi, and Kroger within those dates. My husband and I didn't get sick. So, funny how they're just now recalling these strawberries that were sold between March and April. It's almost June, man. You know what I mean? So it's just strange. Just putting it out there. It's strange. I wanted you guys to know about it. So there it is. On to this, okay? This email came in. You're going to need to grab your coffee. this is going to upset you. It's because it upset me, because this girl, when I tell you, I speak to her every single day, a couple times a day. Totally love her. She's in Australia. She said, I've been prepping, as you know, and although I gave up before and your video got me back into it, well, thank you. I'm glad that I was able to encourage you to get back into having the prepared mind. She said, anyway, today I hit a wall. We've all been there. We've all hit that wall and said, yeah, wait a minute, you know? She said, people are saying I'm prepping, so when the Chinese take over. Wait a minute, what? They will have all my food, etc. I guess I, too, am starting to think a little that way. I've hidden my preps because I'm just sick of people getting on my back. Yeah. I've experienced that too, and I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this, you know, where people like, you know, constantly being on you and saying, why are you doing that? What's the matter with you? That's not going to happen. Our government won't allow that to happen. Shut the hell up. What's wrong with you? Our government won't allow that to happen. Look at what they're allowing to happen right now. Okay? Seriously. So she says, one calls me a doomsday prepper. Oh, Lord. No. Why? They're called, you're not, do you, no, there's a big difference between people who are with a prepared mind that prepare for like reasons like loss of job, you know, natural disaster, and people who think that the sky is falling. Okay? You know, seriously. So she said, so I even told her, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. She said, oh, well, I knew you would come to your senses. I knew you would come to your senses. This is from a person so far in debt, she puts her groceries on credit. What? I, on the other hand, have no debt. I own my house. I own my car. Everything. I am fortunate. But I worked my butt off to get it. Yeah, just like the rest of us. Wow. She said, I have a small house, but it's still my house. Yeah, I have a small house too. It doesn't matter what, okay, you could literally live, I mean, in the smallest of house, but if it's yours, it's yours. That's the thing. What is it with people having to keep up with the Joneses and having to have the best of everything? Well, they went out and bought a brand new car, Buffy, so we have to go out and buy a brand new car too. And, oh, well, they have the bigger house, so now we have to go and get the bigger house now too. No. Why would you want to be in debt to keep up with somebody else? Who cares? Like, what the hell? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. The way I look at it, and I'm being honest with you, okay, I don't want a bigger house. You want to know why? Because then I have to be the one to clean it. You know what I mean? It's enough for me to have to keep up with this house, let alone a bigger one. Forget it. She said, I do not buy the latest stuff. Neither do I. I'm happy with what I've got. Thanks. You know what I mean? I have a hard time trying to figure out how to work things in this house. You know what I mean? It took me the longest time just to figure out how to use the remote control for my TV. I don't need any new high-tech, you know. She said, I'm not bothered by those things and never have been. It's probably why I have money now. Yeah, you have money in the bank? Or just money in your wallet feels good, huh? You know what I mean? She said, I was going to go shopping today. Yes, I have the cash. Feels good, huh? But I am just so fed up with prepping to what feels like an end. I'm just stuck. Yes, girl, I know. I know that feeling, because you ever just go into your pantry and be like, I don't know what else to buy. I'm like, I think I covered every, you know, avenue. I literally have like my own grocery store. What else could I possibly branch out to? You know, I don't know, you know, and that's when you feel like bang in your head. I don't know, you know. Believe me, I'm there. I get it, you know. And then she goes on to say, between what I have already, which is extensive, and whether to add extra, some other videos I saw said, keep going, but I'm just at a loss at the moment. I'm staying home today. I need to take a breath. Believe me, I get it, you know. And she sent me pictures of her house and her car. I'm not going to share that with you guys, you know what I mean, because that's private, you know. And I will say that she lives in a beautiful home. She has a very nice car, you know what I mean? But yeah, I understand exactly what you're going through, you know. You live frugally, and you know, you save up and stuff like that, like, and when you're able to finally purchase that one thing, that one expensive thing that you want, you know. So believe me, I hear you. I really do. So on to this. People in Southern California, they're buying up all the soil. That's a lot of friggin' soil that you're buying there, lady. What's going on? All right, so someone did their homework, and I love this. She said solar minimization came through around the same time of the Great Depression. So I went back and pulled the temperatures back then, and this is what I found. This was in Alabama. Here are Alabama's weather records for Centerville on September 6th. 1925, all-time highest temperature, 112 degrees. Whoa. So these screenshots were sent to me, okay? And I'll read them to you and then I'll put them up, okay? And it says, new semi-trucks can get reprogrammed to run without DEF. All right. And then this one says, in my research, I have found that there are food contracts that have been made with other countries. Yeah, that's true. U.S. for some reason feel those contracts are real important to uphold. Interesting that other countries are breaking those contracts to feed other people, for example, in India and Brazil. And then this one says, I kept waiting for 5 days for my mom's G2 tube food, her food. Okay, so she must obviously, she gets fed through like a stomach tube or something like that. And the pharmacist told me to give her yogurt. Yogurt. Following that, 2 suppliers stopped supplying the liquid food altogether. What? So then here's the last one. It says, there was a story on the news here in Utah about someone breaking into a woman's house. They took her food, not her jewelry, etc., but her food. Keep your doors locked. Yeah, guys, that's going to become a reality for a lot of us. Yeah. And now here's the article, okay, about that woman who had her food stolen out of her home in Utah. And it happened in Enoch, E-N-O-C-H. Hundreds of residents in southern Utah were impacted by flooding events in 2021. And some are rebuilding their homes today. And Samantha Palmer, her husband, and 2 children were flooded out of their home in Enoch in August of last year. And the fire department on that day, they condemned her house. And they wouldn't let them live there because it was deemed too dangerous. And they were displaced from their home for a few weeks, and the family, they tried to rebuild, and they were, victims of this theft. She said, "My husband and I, my kids, are right here connected to the garage, sleeping. It's infuriating. If they would have knocked on my door and said, 'Hey, we're hungry, can you help us?' I would have in a heartbeat." But she said she walked into her garage and found her freezer chest wide open. All of her frozen goods are gone. The back door to the garage is propped open, and evidence of theft left behind. There was also a roast on the floor right in front of her husband's toolbox. And the estimated amount of food that was stolen is about $500. She said more than 10 packs of sausage, about 10 packs of pork chops, and some frozen chicken, and about 10 roasts were taken, along with other items. She said, while food is replaceable, the way the Palmers went about filling their storage chest involves a lot of love and care. Well, sure, a lot of us, a lot of us go through that, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears goes into our pantries. The family has a backyard farm where they raise animals, including pigs, and the pigs were butchered, and the pork had been stored in the freezer chest. And the reason they put so much care into their own food is largely in part because of their daughter. She said, "We raise the pigs because she can't eat beef or even get traces of beef. It just makes her extremely sick." So the woman, her name is, Samantha, she shared her recent theft in a post on social media, which has been shared hundreds of times. And the surveillance camera didn't catch anyone coming or going from the garage because one of the views was obstructed. The police were made aware of the situation and took a report for theft and burglary. So she says she doesn't want any handouts. She and her family have been through a lot in the last few years, between the flood and now this. She said, "I wish that they would have come to me first instead of stealing from me and my family and my children." She said, "You literally took about 6 months of food from my dinner table. There are horrible people in this world. Whoever stole this. But there are 10 times more amazing, generous people willing to help in any way that they can." And oddly enough, nearby in Cedar City, the police also took a report from a resident there mentioning that someone had stolen frozen goods from a freezer at a garage there as well. How disgusting. But it's becoming a reality. It's becoming a reality. So, on to this. A subscriber wants to share a money-saving tip with all of us. And she said, "I just wanted to share a money-saving tip to whoever can sew. This is also a good way to repurpose old towels. I make my own reusable paper towels." Oh, interesting. It's just one piece of towel and one piece of fabric sewn together, turned and top stitched. There are videos on YouTube showing how to make them. I know these are only good for as long as we can wash them, but they last a long time and can save money long term on paper towels. With the shortages, our paper towels can be saved for when there are power outages, etc. Also, they're super cute. Yes, they are. Oh, I love them. They're adorable. Okay, so on to this. This email came in and she said, "This is a heads up for what may be coming to the rest of the country. Oh boy. I live in a medium-sized town in Arkansas, which is basically a suburb of Memphis. I had an older family member that took a tumble the other day. They are on blood thinners, so there was copious amounts of blood coming from their mouth and their face. Oh no. And I really couldn't tell how bad the injury was. I loaded them up and I took them to the doctor. The doctor said they needed stitches, but he couldn't do it. They have no numbing medicine. He said he can't get it or vials for blood draws. We ended up at the dentist office for stitches because he still had numbing medicine. The MD said he has been trying to get the numbing medicine and the vials for a couple of months, but there's a huge shortage and nobody has them. Just thought you might like to know how quickly we are going into third world. You know, there's a problem when your doctor has to call a dentist for stitches. I'm grateful for the resources of both the MD and the DDS and their willingness to work together. Most doctors would have sent us to the ER. The problem is, what happens when the dentist runs out of supplies too? Oh, Lord. I don't know. I have no answers. This is what I would honestly say is start buying your own supplies and bring them with you. That's the only thing I can think of. Honestly. On to this. A subscriber wanted to share with you that Walmart has the Augason Farms black bean burger cans for $10.06, and the link will be in the description box below. Okay? And Los Angeles, here we go. LA County buys $750,000 worth of baby formula to hand out to families as shortages persist. Wow. And it's being done at food distribution sites and through outreach programs for new moms. The county purchased the formula to help feeding babies as the nation grapples with severe infant formula shortages. And the formula will also be distributed at events hosted by the county. In addition, the county's Department of Children and Family Services is purchasing $500,000 worth of infant formula that will be distributed to families served by the agency as well. Yeah. And this email came in. She said, I was listening to your video on Sunday about the monkey website, and my daughter looked at me and said, that's why they don't like printed books. The previous print is still out there contradicting their new version of the information. It's also why they wanted to control the education system by not teaching them to read. They are not able to read the previous version of the data. Dummying down the population makes them easier to control. The one world government wants to bring the population down to 1 billion people worldwide. Here's something to think about. How many elitists, politicians, and these one world government family members, ECT, are in that number worldwide? Who will be filling their jets, their fuel, cooking their food, making their cars, producing their food? These kings and queens, wannabes, might be having to get their hands a bit dirty if they win what they want. Brings to mind the saying, careful what you wish for. You may not like the end result. If they win, the only ones not of their, not of their likeness will be preppers. I truly don't believe any will help out these fools. For some reason, that last tidbit put a smile on my face. Well, I'm sure you're seeing my faces. I read that. Huh. Yeah. So, my God, before I go, This subscriber wants to give you a heads up and just wanted to say that any Walmart Plus members out there, they double billed her. So keep an eye on it. Back-to-back charges of $13.60. I, of course, had to jump through hoops for a refund, even though they can clearly see what they did, still waiting. They said 24 to 48 hours for a decision. I guess that's one way to make profits go up, but seriously, check your accounts. Oh my God. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.